Hello everyone, this Ashley again. Today, personally God laid something on my heart to talk about how I overcame the struggle about my child, and spiritually, I feel a lot more better. You know, it was so hard when I lost my child, lost my oldest child due to my actions as well. I own up to my actions. Putting myself in bad relationships. I never had advice and how to be a good woman and how to be a wife. I was young, raised up, messed up. But I lost custody of my child due to domestic violence. I was able to regain custody back of her in 2016. Prayed hard, but you know what? I'm happy that happened. You know why? Because I learned from my mistakes. I learned what my problems was, for I won't repeat the same mistake. I tell everyone it could break you or make you better, make you stronger. I took that time out. I was down for many years. I was messed up. I was blaming everybody but myself and owning up to my own actions. What did I do wrong? I hope people learn from this. I was in my first relationship was with an older man, her father. And I was young. I tell anyone I own up to everything. I was young. I was attracted to an older person, and I tell anybody he didn't pursue me or anything. I pursued him, and I was 17. So I own up to everything I did because you put yourself in a grown woman position, you're gonna end up with grown things. But one thing about it, I was raised up around domestic violence. I was used to my mother hitting on my father. It wasn't vice versa. I was raised around family members of mine going through domestic violence, and it wasn't them hitting on the man. But one thing about it, if you put yourself, if you raised around things, you think that it's okay to hit a person, and it's not okay. I know this. It's not okay to hit a man because someone may be raised around that and they was raised up with men beating on women and their mentality is like that. You can also make a good man hit you that would never hit a woman. Sometimes they get tired of that and it could hurt you severely because it's like throwing hot coals into a volcano. It's going to react sooner or later, and it's going to spill all out on top of you. And then you're like, oh my God, you're going to feel like a victim and everything. I tell anyone it's not okay. A woman or a man. Young kids witness these things and they think it's normal. I tell you, your son may or may not hit a woman, or they be taken directly after their father beating on a woman, or they'll take after their mama and allow a woman to hit them. It's never going to be a normal, happy relationship, a normal, healthy relationship in their life, irregardless. Your daughter may end up hitting on men, or she gonna be thinking it's normal for her to be getting beaten on by a man or whoever. They ain't gonna be right neither. It mess with kids psychologically. They think it's okay with hearing arguing, communication, and not like, hey, how you doing? Just sit down and let them take the floor for a minute. It's gonna be always, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to. You know, that's how it's gonna be. It's not gonna be nothing healthy, like a decent conversation. I tell anyone, communication is the best thing in your relationship. Write down everything about. I have a life journal I use, and it helps me to see prosperity in my life, if I'm prospering in my relationship, if we are reaching a milestone, have we overcame this. And I go back and read it, because you don't need to have everybody in your business, especially not your family members. You might have a friend that don't, you need to vent to someone, to talk and get advice. But don't sit up, oh, he did this, he did that, he did this, he did that, but don't tell what did you do wrong. You have to recognize your fault. That's something that you have to understand. What is my problem? You understand? And I went through counseling to understand what is my problem, because I was in 4 different relationships and it all ended up bad. And I said all of them can't be, oh, this person, that person, that person, that person. No, you need to self-examine what is the problem and that everyone said, and see if anything in common. You understand? Because then you like, I need to change that. Do you want to change? Do you want to be happy? Do you want to have a healthy relationship in your life? You really need to go and pray and have counseling. What is the problem? Where is the root of the problem? Because I had to have counseling and it helped me so much. I appreciate it. And I vowed to never be in another domestic violent relationship. I vowed that I would never put my hand on no one. I tell anyone right now, since 2009, since the death of my ex-boyfriend, and I was going to change. And I can actually say I have not put my hand on a person, period. I'm not going to say that I ain't had no arguments or no disagreements, but I have not put my hands physically on another man because of what happened. It's unhealthy, and I pray people be able to get some type of counseling help or leave that person alone. I know people don't want to listen to that, but if y'all cannot live together, coexist, if y'all got children with that person, I understand. But if it's unhealthy and y'all could live separate and be happy, I tell anyone, my relationship with my daughter's father was healthy because we wasn't together. But that don't mean that you ain't gonna get lonely. Yes, it's best to do everything you have to do to take care of your kids. A happy home, a kid could be, and like I learned, a kid would be so happy without 2 parents in the home, because guess what? Some parents can't agree on anything together, but you can't fight by yourself if you ain't in a relationship. That's something I learned. You can't argue with yourself. To have a healthy relationship, it may have to go that route. But if you don't change, you're going to repeat the same mistake over and over again. And that's something that I learned. I'm not perfect, but I learned that arguing around kids will mess a child up mentally for the rest of their life. And it would never be nothing healthy in their life, in a healthy, happy relationship. I want my kids to be happy and understand this is not the way you do it. And I have 2 beautiful kids now. And I want everyone to understand, don't fight around your kids. If you have a disagreement, send your kids away for the weekend and sit down and talk. I don't care. Y'all can make it. Y'all could act like y'all the happiest in the house, around them, outside of them. Y'all don't care. Put on a show in front of your kids to make them understand and make it like y'all happy all the time, because it affect them. It could affect their schooling. it affect them mentally. Then they be like, oh, it's my fault. Kids kill themselves and wonder why they fighting, why they arguing. If the kids see that stuff, they gonna be wondering, is it me? Is it me? And the kids shouldn't feel like it's their fault. You understand? And that's why, my child was 2, 3 years old. Mama, why y'all hate each other? What did, and was wondering if it was her. And she was young. I told everyone we are not finna affect my child like that. It's affecting my child mentally, and she's not, but was like 3 or 2 years old. And I made it my goal to be happy and be respectful and stop fighting and arguing around my child. You understand? When she wasn't in my care. But one thing I want y'all to understand is, I know parents like, man, I want to raise my kids up together and all that, but if you cannot get along, and I pray that someone love this video, like this video, and take this advice. And when my child came back and everything, she was happy. Nothing, it wasn't affecting her in school. Everything was wonderful. I tell anybody, she was happy, even though she wasn't home with me. I want everyone to understand. I feel like people needed to hear this, and I promise you, it will work. Like, share, comment. Stay blessed. Bye.